Hey, I'm sitting outside, hiding from my kids. Actually, I think they know I'm out here, but we shall see if I get 2 minutes to do a quick video. I did want to mention that I do realize that, maybe not everything I'm posting on this page, the Parenting Through Ascension page, is specifically, geared toward parenting, but, we're each on our own individual journeys. We are each our own individual people first and foremost. So, and then, the parenting is just what we've chosen for this life. But, we also have a lot to get through. So I'll probably be sharing a lot of not necessarily parenting specific stuff, and I hope that's okay. I also will try to share as much as I can about how I'm navigating this journey whilst being a parent as well, because I was one of those really smart people who had kids at 35 and 40. So I've been doing this parenting thing for a while, and I've got a while to go. So empty nest in 11 years. Woohoo! So anyway, I did want to talk about the kids. I was listening to a gal the other day who was talking about pretty much any child 10 and under at this point, and every child coming into the world right now is a star seed, a crystal. There have been phases, and I don't really know a ton about phases, but I do believe like my 11-year-old is considered a rainbow child. And so now, and then my 7-year-old is a crystal child. They're all here for specific missions. It's just like these big groups that have come in, and they possess the knowledge that we need to anchor into 5D. And so they will, once we get the foundation set, they're the ones who are going to really launch us kind of into this next golden age. And so it's super exciting. Very, very exciting. I know that my 11-year-old is going to do something with animals because he's got such a big heart for animals, and has talked about, I just felt a wave of something. Jeez. Anybody else feeling this the last few days? Man, I've been horizontal a lot the last few days, so just kind of lying in my bed and listening to meditative music and just trying to process it all. So we're in, it's not a purge right now. It's different, right? It feels different. We know what purging feels like. This is not a purge. This is a allowing, accepting, taking in, and integrating. We're integrating this new vibration, and there are these huge waves coming. I heard this morning a gal talk about every other day. I kind of feel like it's every day, but she could be right. I don't know. It's all perspective, right? It's all opinion and what we're getting from guidance. But our kids are really, the quick thing I wanted to say is something that I realized today is, I've spent, like I said, I have needed some rest the last few days, and I homeschool my youngest two, and then we've got a senior, and then our oldest is grown and married and everything and lives really far away. But I homeschool the younger two, so they never leave. So I've had to figure out, how to navigate it with not really having much me time. I have to force it. I have to really, tell them, what I say actually is I'm going to meditate, which is true. When I go lay down, even if I nap, I usually start meditating and then I fall asleep. But, and they know not to bother me for the most part. Sometimes they don't bother me. But anyway, what I have noticed is I've released a lot of the guilt around needing this time. And as I release more and more, the more I have released, the more accommodating they have been about it. And, it's that whole heal yourself and you heal the world. Heal yourself and you're healing everyone around you. In fact, you don't even need, you can heal something in you that has something to do with someone else. And even if they're not anywhere near you, if you heal it in you, you're healing it at least partially in them as well. So it's really a magical process. And it's giving us a chance to actually pay attention to ourselves, to be selfish, if you don't mind that word, and it's very necessary right now. But it's giving us that opportunity to actually care about ourselves and to engage in self-love, rituals and activities, which are so vital right now, because it's that whole mentality of, and I flew recently, and I hadn't flown in a while, years, and every time you have to watch that video about the gas masks, right? If in the event of emergency they fall, and they always tell you, put your mask on first before you help anyone else, including your children. And as a mom, for years, I would just silently think, fuck you, I will put my kids' masks on first, because that's the mentality we're in, right? They have to come first. They have to come first every minute of every day. Well, this is kind of how we've gotten into this situation in the first place, is ignoring our own needs. And so put your mask on first, and then you'll be able to help more people. And you know what? The kids will be fine for 5 seconds. But so what else I've realized is that they really are, we don't have to wake them up, and we don't have to do anything for them. All we need to do is provide a safe place for them, which of course is a parent's job, right? Love them unconditionally, without the emotional attachment, which I've talked about that in other videos, which is really, really big. I may have to do more videos about that just for my own sake, but oh, somebody found me. And I lose my train of thought when they find me. What was I just saying? Dagnabbit. Totally lost it, because now I have an audience. Hey dude, it's getting really nice out. It's really hot today. And so, nope, gone. What the heck was I talking about? Somebody help me out. So I was saying put your mask on first. They're fine. We don't have to do it for them. We have to provide this safe place for them. Love them unconditionally. Obviously, take care of their material needs, because they're kids. As they need you, but as they grow too, they need us less. But they are also, like this one. Say hi.
Worker?
This one. No, I'm doing a video.
Hi.
This one was pretty much born awake and is doing just fine. And he is going to, they don't need us to wake them up. They just need us to keep them safe and love them and guide them and teach them how to tap into their intuition and tap into their own guides and their own guidance. And then I can't switch it around, but there's my Maxie. Say hi. That's a good boy. And the dogs are awake too, aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are. So, I just wanted to say that we stress so much about our kids and in general, and now with this whole thing going on, it just gives us a million more things to stress about, right? But we really don't need to. And, I posted the process that I use to release things that aren't serving me. And let me tell you, the emotional attachment to needing to do everything for our kids needs to go. We need to release that, and the emotional attachment to their journeys needs to go. And that isn't to say that we won't care what they're going through, or that we won't be able to empathize. It will remove the fear. It removes the fear from the situation, so that you can really effectively be there for them when they need you. And so it's actually likely going to be for sure, it's going to be much more difficult, as it probably has been, for us to go through our personal journeys than it will be helping our kids, because they're doing it all on their own. They have come into this world at least partially awake, unlike us. Now, a lot of people I know out there have been awake their whole lives, and they've had some pretty crazy experiences, and I used to think I wish I'd been one of those. And after meeting a few people who have just suffered so much because being ostracized, being kicked out of their families, being disowned because they were born awake, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. They are the true warriors, those people. So waking up at 42 was I have to be okay with it, right? But it was just fine. It's my story, and that's when I woke up. So of course I was born awake, but that's another video that I'm going to do. So I just wanted to say, don't stress so much about, and if you are, try my process out. Let me know if it helps you. Tailor it to your own way of thinking, to your own perspective. Create your own process, and then share it with everybody as they're waking up. Because we need to release these emotional attachments to our children's journeys, to what they're going through, so that we can just be here for them. We don't have to stress about doing anything for them as far as this awakening. They are much farther ahead on their paths than we are on ours, I guarantee you. So they're going to become our teachers. We just need to provide their material needs like a parent should. And all these other 3D, the 3D things that they'll need. Of course, we're still going to need all these things in 5D, so they're not necessarily 3D. The 3D is the fear that we're leaving behind, that we're shedding. So that's good. So that's my 11-minute video for today. Sorry. I hope it's not too long. You say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Where'd Maxie go? We will see you soon. Love you all. Bye.